I'm going to tell you the 5 audition mistakes you are making right now. I want you guys to stay tuned to the end because there's a very, very important part of this. It's probably the most important tip that you don't see on every actor's list. I don't want you to miss any important gems that could make a huge difference in your acting career and your potential to land jobs. Number 1, not looking like your headshot. This is something that casting directors can be very, very annoyed by when they call someone to an audition or they cast someone straight out of a casting call via online submission, and they think they're casting one actor, but then someone else shows up on set. Oh, it's the same person, you find out, but their headshot is very, very outdated. This is a huge faux pas and something you need to stay on top of. Yes, is it annoying to have to change your headshots every time you get a haircut and every time something changes, whether you lose or gain weight, and every so often, just because naturally as human beings we evolve, even though we may be past our growth spurts, we are still aging, and that needs to be shown in our headshots. So if you don't look like your headshot, then you're not portraying your product. You're your own product. So remember that and think of your headshot as more of an advertisement for who you are as an actor. And when you think about it that way, you want it to represent you and the different sides of you. So make sure when you're getting a headshot done, you find someone that fits your style and your look. If it's been 3 years since you've had a headshot, it's definitely time to get new ones, okay? So if you look completely different, that's not gonna go over well with casting directors when they find out that you don't look like you do in your pictures. It's kind of like online dating, but for casting. If people swipe right and then find out that you're someone completely different, it's gonna be a huge turnoff. Number 2, ignoring direction. A director's job is to give you direction. If you cannot take direction, especially in an audition, which is your first impression, why is a director going to cast you, or even a casting director? If they cannot fulfill their job, they're not going to cast you. So make sure your number 1 job when a director gives you direction, especially in an audition, is to, above all else, take that direction and go far with it. Go 110%, because it'd be much better to go 110% than kind of listen to his direction and mostly do what you did before, because it kind of also looks like, oh, I'm the actor, I know better than to listen to your direction because what I did was better. So make sure when a director gives you something, you take it and run with it, even if you know that the direction they give you might be crazy, or it might seem odd, or they wouldn't actually do it in the film. They sometimes just do it just to see what your range is and just to see what you're capable of. It may have nothing to do with the context of the scene and more about your abilities as an actor or actress. Number 3, poor hygiene and poor grooming. This is something that is surprisingly obvious, but not everyone does it. This is something I'll go to auditions and I'll see people who literally just show up in sweats that have stains on them and haven't brushed their hair and maybe haven't showered. And as a casting director, to see that kind of shows them that, oh, you don't even care enough to maybe put in a little bit of effort for this audition. The casting directors and the directors and whoever's there is putting their time aside to see you, and you're not even putting just enough effort to even look nice. Whatever you're going for, to just put a little more effort than you would in your day-to-day into the audition, because it shows that you care. It just puts you just a little bit above the rest. And those little differences that you do as an actress make a huge difference in the end, because there's so much talent, there's so many actors and so many people who want to do this job, that something so little is gonna make the biggest outcome in the end. Number 4, apologizing. Stop saying sorry. It wastes people's time. It seems like the courteous thing to do to always apologize if you stumble on a line or if you mess up, but really, it takes us out of the scene. If you're in the middle of a scene, you mess up a line, and you say, oh, sorry, oh my gosh, it looks It makes you look nervous. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing and that you're not on top of things. So make sure when you go into an audition, you own the room. Don't apologize for your presence. Apologizing doesn't have to be a verbal thing. It can easily be in your posture and how you present yourself. If you're hunched over and apologizing for your appearance and for being there just in how you hold yourself, right away that's going to be a bad first impression, and it's not going to show them that you're confident and capable of getting the job done. So make sure when you go in there, a good way to think about it is instead of thinking, oh, I hope they like me, I hope they blah, 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 you are the solution to their problems. They would love to cast you right off the bat. So remember that when you're going into auditions, that it's not that you're at their mercy as much as you are the solution to their problems. Think of it in a positive way. Don't apologize for your presence. And when you mess up, just keep going. That's gonna be the impressive thing, is that no matter what is thrown at you, you can just take it and run with it. And apologizing, don't do it. It's unnecessary, it wastes people's time, and it's a huge faux pas that still happens constantly. Don't apologize, just keep going. Number 5, the one that I think is the most important, and this is not one you will get very often, is playing it safe. Now, I know that might seem a little odd, and that couldn't be the most important one, but I can tell you for a fact, when I started auditioning, I was worried and concerned about doing the right thing, making sure I was doing what everyone else was doing, or that I was like this other person, or copying someone else, or making sure that I wasn't being too bold. And I was so reserved with my choices. And maybe were they good choices and good performances and good auditions? Yes, but were they great? No. There are so many good actors out there. But in order to make yourself the best and the greatest, you have to be bold. And you have to make strong choices. And the only way you're gonna do that is by not playing it safe. You have to become an uninhibited actor. That's the key to pushing yourself 10 steps above the rest of the people. So when you go into an audition, don't be concerned about playing it like someone else, because we don't want a cookie cutter version of someone else. We don't want an Anne Hathaway mimic. We don't want a Jennifer Lawrence mimic, because we can just get the real thing, so why would we get a fake? You're the only person that is you. Embrace that, run with it. When you're in a scene and you have impulses, go with them. Don't play it safe, break the rules, make bold choices. Impulses are huge. Follow them. They're there for a reason. Impulses are something that is truly unique to you. Lines won't be unique. Stage direction won't be unique. Everyone will have the same lines and the same stage direction. The one thing that's going to make you different is your impulses. So if that's the one thing that's making you different and you're not keying into that, you're missing a huge chunk of who you are as an actor. So make sure. Do improv. Practice, mess around with the script, experiment, try choices that you think might not work, because some of them will fail, but some of them will succeed and will land and will be choices that no one else is making and really unique and intrinsic to you. So that is the last one, and the 5 things you should not be doing in auditions. Guys, good luck, be bold, be courteous, don't apologize, have fun. This is your career, this is what you're doing. Go out all the way with it. Please tell me in the comments below what's the biggest mistake you have made in an audition or that you have seen done, and what is something you are doing right now to get better at that. If you could hit the bell, if you could subscribe and drop me a like this if you are an actress or want to be one or an actor. I know I am, so I would like it. And have a good one. So make sure you dress well, you dress nice, dress inspired by the character, but don't wear a costume. Instead of dressing up as Cinderella, you'd wear something that would be inspired by her. So maybe blue and a skirt, but you wouldn't wear the full costume. So make sure when you're going as a character to be inspired by that character. But even if they are a character that's a little more dressed down, still take that and dress it up just a titch more, because we don't want it to come off as you being lazy or you don't care or you just rather be watching Netflix at home, which maybe you'd rather be doing. then you're in the wrong career. Let me tell you that.